Hello everyone, welcome back to another one of John's never-ending list of random things to do. And for today's video, I will show you guys how to run a signal wire from your radio to the back of your vehicle. For my installation, I will be using the LC7i as my line driver, but you are not limited to this choice. There are other options out there. The items you see here will be listed in the description below. So I will be starting here in the passenger seat. The first thing we need to remove is this trim here on the side. In order to do so, use a prying tool. Try to wedge it within this seam right here, and then pry it up. Once you've pried up this trim, simply just pull it off. When you get to the top portion, you're going to have to pull it straight out. Here on the driver's side, I'm going to try a different approach. First, I'm going to pull this trim here off, and then use a prying tool. There's a wedge in here that's much easier to grip, and then just pry it up. Now, didn't that look much easier? And now that the trim is loose, work your way to the top. Go ahead and pull it up. Again, once you get to the top, simply just pull it to the rear of the vehicle. Give it a good tug. There you go. Now I'm just going to put the center console trim back in and show you guys how simple it is to take it off. Simply grip it and then just pull it off. And it's that easy. Now we can start to remove the climate control. Simply place your fingers at the bottom here and then pull it forward. And then grip it on the side and pull it forward. And then go ahead and remove the two connections in the back. Remove this screw right here and one right here. Now I already have them loose, but if you need to loosen them, it's a Phillips screwdriver or an 8mm, I believe. And now everything holding the radio is now off. Now grip one corner and pull, and then grip the other corner and then pull it off. There it goes. Before I pull off the radio, I want to take off this clip right here as well. Simply just press the tabs and then push it through. Alright. The radio can now be moved forward. At this point in time, you might want to put a scarf or a rag or something on your shift knob, just for insurance so you don't scuff it up. Okay, so now let's have a look in the back. All of these clips right here, you want to have them removed. So go ahead and just push the pin and wiggle it out. Push the pin, wiggle it out. Push the pin, wiggle it out. Push this pin right here on the side, wiggle it out. Okay, and now we are ready to feed the signal wire. Use the appropriate length for your installation. Feed it through this way and then hide it underneath the carpet. And then we're going to feed it up this way here as well. Pull as much wire as you need up this way. And then we're going to feed it through this way here. Reaching your arm from the radio side, you can start to pull the wire now. And as a reminder, pull it to the length required for your installation. Once you have it to the desired length, go ahead and start to tuck it in this area. I used some zip ties to tie it with the OEM harness. So let's have a look inside now. And here it is with the OEM harness. If you're wondering where's the rest of the signal wire, here it is. I ran it with the speaker wires, all the way from the passenger side to the driver's side. And then it goes up. And here it goes, connected to the LC7i. I won't be running a remote wire because the LC7i already has a remote output. Here I have some parts right here and right here. Since I didn't want to cut the OEM wire harness, I'm going to make my own out of these two parts right here. And these items will be linked in the description below. So starting with this kit right here, let's see what comes with the kit. Now since I own the sport version, I will not be using this harness. I will only be using this one here. Now let's have a look in the other kit. This is the part number right here. Let's see what comes with the kit. This harness here will be connected to the OEM wire harness. Again, this is the only harness I will be using since I have a sports version. I will not be using this harness right here. So these are the two harnesses that I will be using in my installation. The one on the left connects to the radio, and the one on the right connects to the OEM harness. Before I began making my own harness, I looked at the original one. I just wanted to make sure all the connections were made, except for the speaker wires. Here I have a reference diagram that shows where the speaker wires are. And here is the actual harness, and these are the speaker wires that you do not want connected. Okay, and this is my do-it-yourself radio harness. As you can see, my connections are straight across. I did have to move some wires around. If you can see, one of the harness has been cut. I moved some wires where I needed them. These here are the speaker wires. Again, this harness is connected directly to the radio, and most aftermarket parts usually come standard with the speaker colors: purple, white, gray, and green. So these wires will be connected from the radio to the amplifier. Now let's have it installed. Now that we're back inside the car, let's go ahead and strip all of these signal wires. Now that the wires are all stripped, just match the colors. If you are working with the white wire here, connect it to the white wire. If you're working with the gray one, connect it to the gray one. If it's gray with black, connect it to gray with black. You have other options of connections here as well. So here I have a butt connector. You can connect it this way. Here's another option. If you use this option, you can always connect it and disconnect it at any time you wish. Connect it, disconnect it. But I want to ensure copper-to-copper connection, so I will be using this connection right here. Here I'm making all of my connections. Again, just match the colors. Green goes to green, purple goes to purple, and whatnot. Anything here on after, do not refer to the OEM wire harnesses. This is all your color code. With the desired wires twisted together, place an end crimp over it, and then crimp it down. Go ahead and tug it. Alright, that's a good connection. Now let's do the rest of the wires. And now all the connections have now been made. So we're going to reconnect the do-it-yourself harness to the OEM radio harness. And now the radio is ready to go back in. Make sure you plug in these connections here, and then slide your radio back into place. Give it a push, and there it goes, it's in. Don't forget to plug in this clip here. Now before I continue to install everything else, let's test it to see if it works. Alright, it came up. Now let's reinstall everything else. Begin by installing the two screws underneath the radio. Now make the proper connections to the climate control. Here are the two connections. And here are the two plugs. Go ahead and make the connections. And then just reinsert the climate control. Simply just push. There it goes. Alright, and now it's in. Now to reinsert the trim. Start at the top. Align it. And then when you're ready, hit it in. Same as the other side. Start at the top. Align it correctly, and then hit it in. Okay. Now let's do one final test. Climate control is on, radio is on, and you're good to go. I hope this video was helpful. If you found it helpful and you liked it, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed yet, maybe even consider subscribing. And I will see you guys for the next installation.